What up, y'all? Planet of Fakes, real to the 7 power best. Hit that like button. Wanna challenge DykemanHouses.com? Wanna verses of more Dashika? Wanna silence the voice of the speaker? From Bleeker to Wales, y'all weaker than nails. You wanna challenge DykemanHouses.com? You wanna verses of more
that like
Dashika? The planet of fakes coming up out your speaker. Some cops went to jail, some judges down in hell. You wanna challenge DykemanHouses.com? You wanna verses of more Dashika? The planet of fakes coming up out your speaker. Some cops went to jail, some judges down in hell. I get compensated while they get incarcerated, rushed by crowds. And all the stars I hated wear face masks on primetime TV. Accuse your president, she's evidence, believe me. I bring a ratchet or hatchet wherever beef be. I even stole from prisons, axe Keith, wanted by TSA, DHS, Halliburton. I run with single white females that still smiling, hurting. I'm more Dashika, still got time to style your curtain. I protest the grotesque, you no rest. I got an army of zombies that's so less. They think there's nothing more, I raise them up, puff and raw. How you gon' cuff a whore and don't got enough for war? DykemanHouses.com, I snuff your store. So don't be target, I crush a flea market. You got an E-blunt, no button, let me spark it. Wanna challenge DykemanHouses.com? Hello. Wanna verses of more Dashika? You wanna silence the voice of the speaker? From Bleeker to Wales, y'all weaker than nails. You wanna challenge DykemanHouses.com? You wanna verses of more Dashika? The planet of fakes coming up out your speaker. Some cops went to jail, some judges down in hell. You wanna challenge DykemanHouses.com? You wanna verses of more Dashika? The planet of fakes coming up out your speaker. Some cops went to jail, some judges down in hell. We're about to get into it today, yeah, buddy. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
You know how y'all gonna laugh at me and say I'm crazy? All y'all got is work and a social life, or maybe sports on Sunday. Dog, that's not even a...
The French Revolution. What was it based on? The landless against the landlord. What was it for? Land. How did they get it? Luxury.
I'm Don Doer, no Noah, slow flower, toe-to-toer, ho-hoer, drove blower. These old shoulders throw boulders at pro soldiers. Mad bids, bad kids that grow older with Ebola. Hard work is Coca-Cola. R rate me, stars hate me. I'm so solar. Some say I'm crazy, don't like Jay-Z. Listen to AZ, different style, dimple smile, pissing out Paisley. True haze be having Bruce Swayze, too lazy. My enemies fugazi, Illuminati. Speak out and sue the body. Ignore my voice, no choices. Shoot the shotty. Revolt, see votes when we vote. Politics, lot of dicks in deep throat. You think it's funny? Spending money, you sleep woke. Deficit, left for shit, and we broke. How you know nothing? The value's a cheap joke.
Was no love lost. Was no compromise. Was no negotiation. I'm telling you, you don't know what a revolution is. Because when you find out what it is, you'll get back in the alley. So get out of the way.
I ain't got no drama with Obama or Biden. But if the UN raid the hood, well, fuck it, we riding. Who has to run? You master son, pass the gun. They'll burn your kids, torture your moms, blast your hunt. You paperweight, trying to get your paper straight. My suits is in. Why the feds rape the state to kill a country? Bite my style, you feel it crunchy. I'm too high for beef. Secret Service still my lunch meat. In the heights, they scream out Diablo. You hiring police, for where the fuck did our jobs go?
You haven't got a revolution that doesn't involve bloodshed, and you're afraid to bleed. I saw if you're afraid to bleed. As long as the white man sent you to Korea, you bled. He sent you to Germany, you bled. He sent you to the South Pacific to fight the Japanese, you bled. You bleed for white people. But when it comes time to seeing your own churches being bombed and little black girls murdered, you haven't got no blood. You bleed when the white man says bleed. You bite when the white man says bite. And you bark when the white man says bark. I hate to say this about us, but it's true. How you gonna be non-violent in Mississippi as violent as you were in Korea? How can you justify being non-violent in Mississippi and Alabama when your churches are being bombed and your little girls are being murdered, and at the same time you're gonna get violent with Hitler and Tojo and somebody else that you don't even know? If violence is wrong in America, violence is wrong abroad. If it's wrong to be violent, defending black women and black children and black babies and black men, then it's wrong for America to draft us and make us violent abroad in defense of her.
Y'all ready to blast off? We blasted off. We getting into this. Yeah, we are getting into this. A lot happened yesterday, but really not a lot. Just your regular sellout, your sellout stuff. Yeah, the regular stuff people, these sellouts do, you know. But I got some, what up, C. Pryo? We're gonna delve into Jaguar Wright personal life. Cause a lot of people, I put up that live yesterday of Jaguar Wright speaking to her sister on the phone. A lot of people were saying social media ain't a place for it. I think, see, I personally know how it feels to be violated, not molested or no shit like that. But my rights had got violated. And when you don't have no recourse for that, you start to feel like a chump. So there's no doubt in my mind that Jaguar Wright, she feels like a chump. If you listen to her story, it's full of abuse, molestation, her acting the way that she was treated. So we're gonna be delving into that phone call with her sister. How many of y'all saw that? How many of y'all saw that? Hey, Blondie, how many of y'all saw that Jaguar Wright live I put up with her sister? We're gonna explore that. We're gonna explore her family. I'm gonna show you her mother. I'm gonna show you her brother-in-law that raped her. I'm gonna show you her nieces. I'm gonna show you her sister, her nephew, and it's just a lot, but it's not a lot. We're gonna listen to some opinions of that other people had at the Tasha K interview, and we're gonna be doing the damn thing. You know, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like a 2-hour show or something. Yeah, it's probably gonna be like 2 hours. I'm gonna shut up.
Welcome to the new us, where doctor's appointments happen in the living room.
I had a nice little Tasha K Jaguar game for us to play, but I couldn't get into my Hotmail. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. Yeah, I was locked out the Hotmail, so we gotta. Hey, what's up, Misa? We're about to get into this though. This is deep. This is deep, y'all. I saw the interview. I hope, not the interview, but that video I uploaded of her talking to her sister. That's how we gonna start this bad boy off. That's how we gonna start it off. Y'all rocking with the real to the 7 power best planet of the Feezies.
Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days.
See, Bad Girls Club came back up, right?
Or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are.
See that Bad Girls Club, you love Jaguar, her fighting what?
No deal, struggling just to pay one bill. Wishing you had a uncle, feel rob him. If you gotta kill, make sure he don't get up those hills. Time for me to get on one more drill. Won't stop till we hit 1 minute, bitch. You know what I'm talking, so move the ass and stop watching. It's your new job, so clocking. I'm a boss, my bad if I'm barking. I come straight from road Boston. It's the same old road I be crossing. It's the same strip I'm always walking.
Hello, I'm just welcome, queen.
You will never catch me lacking. Me and my niggas stay packing. Uptown the shit that I'm repping. So I want you just use that caution. Niggas see me in my foreign. That bitch is up cause she boring. Most these girls now just talking.
And I hate to say it, but they coming.
Niggas have no bread in their pocket, but be the ones bagging often. Y'all see the design I be rocking. Of course y'all on IG stalking. Now I'm the last one that's laughing. While y'all niggas just chatting. Y'all talking about this blasting, but we know y'all niggas just acting. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are.
AK Gold.
Pass the spliff, I need one more here. Still driving with no permit. Ain't drunk, but I'm trying to get hit. She told me that I could hit. Told her I ain't trying to come in. She took out, but her tits need bed, don't need that.
That's word to the mama.
Time to go focus on commas. Chose to be one about drama. Yeah, I'm a holler.
Pull up on court with Obama.
How the fuck that I wanna? You know that I gotta make it for all my fucking brothers. Pulling shit up, look Obama. Hey, straight to the Bahamas. Don't jack, down, I'm a scammer. Coming up the whole lot of hanging on.
Tasha K's the word.
Trying to see all the ops dead. Smelly word always in my head. Seeing city make it spread. Yeah, I heard what the fuck I said. All my niggas
But she's
full and
successful
fed.
at it. Gotta give it to her.
I'm just trying to be ahead. Make it back home in the bed. Shot out, Gene and red. Niggas be taking off heads. I'm just trying to get this bread left out. Yeah, we came too far. In the darkest days, don't know where we are or who we are. Yeah, we came too far.
Jaguar Wright family.
Don't know where we are or who we are.
This shit is crazy. It's gonna be another one that make you drop your jaw. Yeah. You like that song? Everybody like that song. Tag Johnson. Tag Johnson. That's the artist name. Tag Johnson. This is gonna be another jaw-dropping show. Parental discretion is advised. A lot of graphic language. That's basically it. I'm ready to get into this. Let's get into this. I don't even be knowing how I'm gonna start these. I just turn the live on, and then I go to the collection of videos. The way it comes out, it just comes out. Hey yo! Hey yo, hope everybody doing good today. We getting into this Jaguar Wright. We're not even gonna bring up Tasha K now. We'll do Tasha K later. Yeah, I feel you on that, Ijoma. Y'all ready to get into this? Like I told y'all, I had uploaded Jaguar Wright talking to her sister on the phone. If y'all wanna see it, we can watch it after we get a rundown on the family. Yeah, my mouse is acting up, but F it. So let's see if I can find where we start off at. We start off here. Let me see, is this it? Nope, that's not it. Let's see, do we start off this next one? Yeah, I'm trying to find the beginning. Nope, that's the Chris Brown joint. That got blocked on YouTube. I put that up last night. Here it go, we start here. I put that Chris Brown video up because a lot of people, I don't know if y'all was paying attention, when she started talking about Chris Brown and Rihanna. And she was basically kind of insinuating that Chris Brown may have not even assaulted her, but she went along with the assault just to get the point across that the police was called 12 hours later or whatever, and it was just a fiasco done at the Grammys. But this is the video that we have to start the live off with. Right.
So this is what a conversation sounds like with my lion-ass, bitch-ass sister, Lachelle Wright, formerly Lachelle Wright Wallace.
You up early? Hello?
So are you.
Hello?
It's Jackie.
Why are you calling me from mommy's phone?
Because I confiscated
Call me
it.
from your phone.
Because I confiscated it.
her
You don't
sister.
answer my phone calls. You block me.
What you mean? I don't have you blocked.
Yeah, you do. Just like you blocked me on Instagram.
No, I don't have you blocked anywhere. What are you talking about?
I tried to tag you.
No.
I tried to tag you.
Honey,
I tried to tag you on
blocked
Instagram and it's
anywhere.
blocked.
Are you really starting? Listen, you started real early in the morning. I am not your enemy, and I don't care what's going on.
That's her
in
sister
your
right
life.
there, y'all.
Live your life.
That's
I
her
just
sister.
wanna
what's going
know-
on in my
I
life,
just
but she
wanna know
following me
why
on
you helped
YouTube.
Sam
made it
so he
very
could get a
clear.
check.
I
No.
didn't help Sam shit.
You know he's getting a check from my son, right? You know he was in court yesterday, right?
That wasn't for your son. That was about a restraining order against you.
Actually, no.
Against you. That has shit nothing to do with no fucking child custody, Jackie.
It was a custody hearing. It was a custody hearing. Yes, it was.
It was not custody, honey.
This is
So
my
maybe you should
sister.
go back and look at the video.
Why would you first have
Maybe you
done
should.
like that?
Maybe you should go back and listen to.
Crazy that is, Jackie. I'm so disappointed.
You're disappointed. You know what I'm disappointed about? That you married the nigga that raped me. I'm
Jamie
disappointed that you
Wallace
married
from
the nigga
South
that
Philly.
raped me.
Raped me when I was 15 years old. Well, almost 15. I was 14 and a half.
I'm living for this. I don't live my life like this. I try to live in peace. I don't have enemies, Jackie. I don't want them.
So why did you testify? Why did you testify against me in court?
Leave me alone.
Why did you testify against me in court?
Why you calling me from my mother's number? You're not blocked. You're not blocked. You're not blocked anywhere, Jackie. You can call my phone right now from your
Now
phone.
watch me call.
Or your husband, and you will reach me. You'll reach me.
That's funny because every other time I tried to call you, didn't answer.
Honey, you can call me anytime you want.
And you never called me back.
Why would I have you on block? Why would I have you on block and my mother lives with you? I would never do that. I need to know if something happens to my
You hear the
mom.
phone ringing?
Why would I block you, Jackie? I would never do that. You're my sister. You might not fuck with me and you might hate me, but I don't have hate for you.
You're a liar.
I just don't like your
You're a
shit.
liar.
I ain't no liar, bitch.
Yeah, the fuck you are.
I ain't no liar, bitch, but I don't hate
You're
you.
not answering.
No, are you recording me? Are you recording me?
See, listen.
Put it on Instagram.
Listen.
Lachelle Wright Wallace.
Hello, California girl.
See? It went straight to voicemail when I
Oh, so
called.
you've been watching.
Only what I know.
So you've been watching?
We know that.
So you've been watching then?
Not my blood.
So you've been following me on YouTube now?
He loved me. Because he loved me. He adopted me. And I got
She's
He
talking
adopted
about
you
my
'cause
father.
Nobody else wanted you.
Norman, tell ya.
He adopted you because nobody
What's
else
up,
wanted
guys?
you.
So I can hold that name.
Your daddy left because our mother is crazy and our sister is crazy.
Ain't no fucking white blood up in me or my children.
I know.
Ain't no white blood
I
in
know. I know there's no white blood in you. It's a shame. You might be better. You might have been a better person. You might have been a better person if you had been a real right.
I want to hang up on you, but I'm going to let you talk. Because I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this with you early in the morning.
Why did you lie on the
That's Jaguar's
stand?
son, I believe, that
Why
passed
did you lie
away.
on the stand?
Call me from your phone, honey.
I just did, and you didn't answer.
You're not blocked. I would
I
never.
just called you. You didn't answer.
You didn't call me.
Yeah, I did. I
I
just
called her.
called.
Call me. You didn't call me.
Yeah, I did just call you.
I'm ready to go get my beautiful hair done and start my test.
I just called you.
Ready to.
I just called you.
Call me from mommy's phone. Anyway, that's good.
Well, I paid for it and I bought it, so why shouldn't I?
Why can't I call from whatever phone I pay for?
What I do now?
Why did you lie on the stand at the custody trial?
You're going back to talking about what custody trial.
When you came to Dallas and I cross-examined you and you tried to lie and say that you saw me hit Salmon and I trapped you in a lie, I got the transcripts. Why did you lie on the stand?
I love you too, Les.
You told me you were begging me my forgiveness because you and Giovanni chose to betray me. And you said y'all talked about it and agreed to go through with it anyway. I just want to know why.
This was how many years ago?
2 years ago. It was 2 years ago.
Alright, so in my comments, you know, every now and then I get a weird comment. And somebody in the comments says she killed her own son. Now, to the people that believe she killed her own son, that statement that she just said about her sister and her son testifying against her, that could be fuel for them. You know what I mean? I don't personally believe she killed her son, but to the people that believe she killed her son, they could use the fact he was going to testify against her along with her sister, who you just heard did testify against her. In that conversation we just heard, she also said her sister's husband molested her. Let's look at the alleged molester.
And I still supported them all financially, looked out for them, took care of them, did the best I could. I tried to make a family out of it. Shit. When my sister ex-husband Jamie Wallace went to jail for robbery, him and all of the guys from down Woodmere, robbing a store. That's how you know they was crackheads. They was robbing a store with a plastic gun, and they all got booked. My sister flipped and she cut a deal because she was pregnant. But Jamie and them went to jail, and when he went to jail, my sister was fucked up on welfare, you know, and she had children, small children. She had already given my nephew Devon up to his dad because she didn't want my parents raising him right, and she didn't like the fact that, you know, Devon was being cared for by the family, and she didn't like people talking shit about her, so she gave him to his dad, Gary Ratliff, and Gary ain't do shit with my nephew. He ain't do shit with my nephew but teach him how to use women, live off of women, and be fucking disrespectful as shit. Gary, if you got something to say about it, I remember, Granny. You know, there was a couple of years back when the girls tried to start some shit because you grabbed my ass at Rumors, and I'm like, yo, you out of fucking control, talking about...
Okay, Google Photos.
Look at how you grown up and all of that shit. It happened, Gary. It happened. And if your ass itch about it, you can say something to me. Because I really don't give no fuck about your old ass either. Fuck you. For real. You ruined my nephew. You ruined him. Devon had the chance to be a very bright and wonderful young man, and instead all he does is run around fucking bitches, getting them pregnant, and giving them fake names. So he don't have to pay child support. That's what you raised my nephew to be, a bum, just like you. So fuck you.
About her nephew. Hey, Heavy,
fuck
this
you.
Is her nephew right here.
You was sitting there living with that woman while she was dying from cancer, and you had a bitch in the house the week after she was dead. So I really don't give no fuck about what you got to say, Gary Ratliff. Not at all. Not at all. You can get my phone number. You can call me.
This is her nephew.
Or you can just come to Texas. We can square up that way. You too, Jamie. Fuck you, bitch. You piece of shit. Got on that goddamn fucking Bad Girls Club just so you could be famous for a hot second. You don't give no fuck about my nieces. You never did. You don't give no fuck about nobody but yourself, Jamie Ratliff. I mean, I'm sorry. I said Jamie Ratliff. See, I took him. That's how fucked up choices my sister be making with her fucking pussy that I gotta put both of the niggas' name together to make them the one-eyed monster that they are.
This is her nephew, Devon.
I'm done lying for y'all niggas. I'm done covering for y'all niggas. I don't give no fuck how y'all look. People need to start seeing you for who you are. Yeah. When that Jamie Wallace went to jail, I put a phone in my sister's house because she ain't had no phone. So I let her put it in my name. You know what they did with that? My ex-brother-in-law got a calling card and was selling phone calls from jail on my fucking name, yo. And then, of course, they abandoned the fucking bill and left it on my credit report. I remember because it was one of the things that I had to clear off when I got my first big check from music. You know, I mean, these niggas are fucking users. They're pieces of shit all the way around, you know. But I gotta get ready to get off of here because I gotta go live on Instagram.
All right, so that was the nephew. And basically, the nephew's father is Gary Ratcliffe, but this is the father of her two nieces, Jamie. Yep, Jamie. This is Jamie. And that's the one I actually wanted to get to, the Jamie one. Let me see.
Planet of the Fakes Hollywood. Planet of the Fakes Hollywood.
I mean, these are just really sick and divisive people. They actually made me be in that wedding. They made me watch my father walk my sister down the aisle to marry my rapist, Jamie Wallace, who had a shit-eating grin the entire time, looked like the fucking Cheshire cat. Now, I've never came out and blasted Jamie before. And the reason why I never blasted him before was pretty much because he was the father of my nieces. And I never wanted them to know that their dad was a fucking piece of shit, but he was. He fucked all my sister's friends. He fucked a bunch of people. He worked with my ex-dude. They used to fuck hookers together all the time on the road. I was 14 and a half years old. I was asleep at my sister's apartment. I had a bad fight with my dad, which I came to find out later in life was spearheaded by a lie that my mom had told him about me because she didn't want him to know that she had ran up the phone bill again, and she didn't want to get in trouble with my dad. So I left. I called my sister. I'm like, yo, they tripping at the house. I need a safe place to go. She was stripping in the Northeast still. This is when they was both still heavily smoking crack and doing credit card scams because my sister's ex-brother-in-law, Artie, he worked down at the post office, and they was stealing all of the credit cards out the mail, and then they would take the cards, go out on the street, and they would just, buy shit up, put it in an abandoned house in South Philly, and sell it. And see, because Artie worked for the post office, Artie, he just take it right out the mail, and by the time that people realized their credit card had, gotten there, these niggas had already maxed them out. They had to max out over $2.5 million over the course of 5 years from what I seen. And I seen a lot because Hilton showed me. Hilton showed me everything. Hi, Hilton. I was 15 years old when you started fucking me. How old was you, like 27? It was stupid of me to do. You look like Keith Sweat. I love Keith Sweat. But whatever the case may be, these are den of thieves. All of these Wallace motherfuckers. They're den of fucking thieves, every last one of them. That's why bad shit keeps happening to them. The father got ran over by a SEPTA bus. I think one of their grandchildren ran over the tracks and lost their leg or something like that. Like, nothing but bad shit happens to these motherfuckers because they're awful fucking people, yo.
Look at her and her sister.
And this is what my sister wanted to marry into rather than marrying the Italian guy that wanted to marry her and make her respectable. So, these niggas was always on some dumb shit. But Shelly was stripping up the Northeast because Jamie had her on the track. He was working her. And I was at my sister's apartment because she told me he wasn't going to be there. I never liked the way he looked at me anyway. I never liked the way my ex-brother-in-law, Jamie Wallace, looked at me. I never liked it. It was inappropriate. He would always have inappropriate shit to say. This nigga was 12 years fucking older than me, looking at me in a sexual way.
Anita.
And people wonder why I'm so touchy about the whole Aaliyah story, because I know how it feels to be young and victimized and to not have anybody there to turn to save you. Like, they actually went to my father and told my father, my mother and my sister told my father this crazy lie. And if Jackie comes to you saying that Jamie raped her, it's a lie. My mother and my sister did that. When me and my father figured that part out, years later, thank God I was smart enough to rebuild a relationship with my dad because he's my best friend still. But, imagine what that's like to be 15 years old, You've been raped. You weren't allowed to go to the hospital. You weren't allowed to call the police. You have to go to Planned Parenthood by yourself to be treated for STD, pregnancy, you know, take the AIDS test, all of that shit. I had to do that by myself at 14, 15 years old.
All right, I'm just.
It was my cousin Kenyon that went with me. God rest his soul. I miss him so much.
Hello, Keegan. Welcome, Queen.
I had to go through all of that, and then I still had to be in that sham of a wedding.
The man that allegedly molested
I was a junior
Jaguar
bridesmaid,
Wright.
me and my cousin Crystal Reddick, the one who I posted up, who was talking stupid after I posted the video about the family. We were the junior bridesmaids. And they made me sing the Lord's Prayer, and I had to watch my father walk my sister down the aisle to marry the nigga that raped me just a couple months before, knowing that my mom sanctioned the whole thing because she didn't want my sister to have no more kids out of wedlock because she already had one. That's just my life. That's what fucking happened. Went to Atlanta with Chris, Hilton, and the rest of the guys. I don't know if Chucky was going or not, but they were supposed to be going to Atlanta. That's why I went to the apartment. I fell asleep with my clothes on. Like I told y'all, I'm a rape survivor. I had all my clothes on, but when I woke up, this nigga was on top of me. He smelled like crack and malt liquor, saying all kinds of just nasty ass shit. How the fuck do you be so high on crack that you convince yourself that it's okay to rape your 14 and a half, 15-year-old girlfriend's little sister who was asleep, unaware? He had my pants rigged around my ankles. It took me a bit, but I was able to fight him the fuck off of me. And I ran half naked for 1.5 miles to Route 30, also known the White Horse Pike. I ran until I caught the 554 bus. I caught the 554 bus, got back to Berlin, ran to the house, told my mom she can't marry him. He's a monster. He's a monster. You don't know what he's done. You don't know what he do. And my mom, the first thing my mother said to me was, well, you know, women don't like hearing bad things about their men, so you should probably just keep that to yourself. That kind of blew my mind when she said that. And then I'm like, no, you don't understand what he done to me. You don't understand. He can't marry. He can't be a part of this family. We need to call dad. Oh, no, if you tell your father that, he's going to kill him. Okay. What's the problem? Oh, well, no, Shelly's having a baby. She's pregnant. She can't have another baby out of wedlock. It'll ruin the family's name. She got to marry him. You need to keep this to yourself. Pretend it never happened. It'll be fine. It's okay. See, that was the moment that I knew you can't trust family. You can't trust family. If it don't line up with their agenda, you can't trust family. And
all right. That's a tough one. Y'all notice all these damn faces he make? He make all these good guy faces. He make all these goofy faces. Dude raped her at 14, allegedly. So I'm just recording his moniker and showing y'all. See how these guys take these pictures with their fake teeth, smiling, showing off the car, showing off his little trip in Bahamas. Allegedly molested Jaguar at the age of 14. Now, if you think that's bad, let's look at him with his daughters, who was around 14, 13, and they had a friend around. And let's see how he was acting around his teen daughters and their friend.
Hey, you weirdo.
Good afternoon. This is Jamie Wiles in Charlotte, chilling out
With his twin.
with my twin. It's 80 degrees. I'm gonna go jump in my car and go on a little date, maybe with a bunch of people. Sorry, I'm joking. But you know how we do in Queen City. Everybody, we say hi and bye, and don't call us. We will call you. Definitely, we will definitely call you.
We will definitely
Don't call me. I will call you.
me, and don't call
call me because I'm the head dog around here.
That's right. We don't play no games.
I'm the head one.
So holler at your boy. You know how we do. And we going look. We got Chris in the house. Look. We gonna say 2 and 2. We gotta say 2.
That's little Chrissy in the back.
Chrissy. A friend name is Chrissy.
We're gonna get Wiggles and we're gonna go to the mall and do a little shop and make it happen like that.
Yeah.
So you do the math.
Because we get this bread, we get this money,
We get this paper. And we ain't making it happen.
Chicken! Look,
Wiggles! And don't piss on me, Wiggles, like you did the other door.
Wiggles in the building.
Well, it was up, King, such as shooting up the rock. I tried to people stood up, raps, I couldn't be stopped. It was me and the crew who Willing Avenue, because we ain't had anything else to do. It was me, Jizz, Frank, and Tom, so I realized to make the phone call. It's a word I regret, so I called my girl named Cole Yvette. Said, come on over, Jizz, I got your name. The rock all day, the break it up. Check it out.
Okay, bye.
Notice the girl turned it off. The friend, Chrissy, turned it off. Chrissy turned it off. Yeah, the friend turned it off. No problem. Let's now, you saw him. Yeah, he was a super clown. Thank you, Kenny. Kenny, the dude looks weird as hell, giving Philly a bad look, and he now stays in North Carolina, giving them a bad fucking look. That was him. You saw that, right? All right, what up, Natalia? Yo, what up, Natalia? Yo, y'all seen that? Y'all seen how he was acting? Not a serious bone in his body, not an adult bone in his body. Allegedly molested, yeah, man. Allegedly molested Jaguar Wright when she was 14. Now, y'all saw him with his 2 daughters. Y'all may not know his 2 daughters. Let's get familiar with his 2 daughters. Let's get familiar with Jaguar Wright. Let's get down to Jaguar Wright's nieces. This is her nieces.
Planet of the Fakes.
Let me let y'all hear what she says about family in this.
Planet of the Fakes 4 families. And Pigstar HH News. Jaguar discusses her family. My marriage has been the biggest fight of my life. We fight PTSD together, we fight for justice in the entertainment industry together, for a better life together, and yet better family relationships seem to be impossible most times. In this picture you see family, but not everyone in this picture is family. As we open up our hearts to transparency, our greatest stumbling blocks are family secrets and lies. All kinds of lies. The biggest one right now is who my actual biological father-in-law truly is. My husband was named after a man that is most likely not his father. My mother-in-law just this morning said, if we have to take a DNA test, we're not coming to the wedding.
Thank you, Natalia.
This woman has prayed for my marriage to end manipulated arguments in my home, and from what it looks like, all to cover up my husband's true identity. Every person has the right to know where they come from. This is a hardship that has tested my marriage for months. So, instead of bumping our heads up against the iron curtain built with years of lies, again, I'm sending out an SOS. We need to know who my husband's father is. If there is anyone out there in the world who knows info about my husband's paternity, please contact us. If you are my husband's father, and you know it, please raise your hand. We would love to be able to invite him to our wedding this winter. A new beginning for a new family. Please pray for us and ask God to reveal the truth, so we can all begin to heal from all the damage all these lies have caused. Thanks in advance for your support. And father-in-law, if you're reading this, just know we want to know you and be a part of your life. Thank you very, very, very much.
So that's deep right there. That right there was, she was talking about family. And basically, her husband's father, he was named after, might not be his biological father. So she's now helping him look for his father. And she said they both victims of post-traumatic, stress disorder. Her from everything she's been through, and him everything he's been through. So shout out to her for finding love and helping her husband as well as him helping her. All right, so let's get into her nieces now. This is her nieces. The daughter of the man that allegedly molested her when she was 14, and her family covered it up.
No.
My bad.
Outside.
Planet of the Fakes Hollywood. And Pigstar HH News. About me Wallace. Birthday February 26, 1993.
Jamie Wallace.
Birthplace Florida.
This is Jamie Wallace. This is her niece. She's actually named after her father, Jamie Wallace. We just saw her in the video talking about she runs the show with her father. This is her, y'all. Jamie Wallace. Jaguar Wright's niece.
Planet of the Fakes Hollywood. And Pigstar HH News. About me Wallace. Birthday February 26, 1993.
This might be Jasmine.
Birthplace Florida. Age 26 years old.
This is Jasmine.
This
ain't Jamie. This is Jasmine, y'all. Yeah. The mother knew. The mother knew. The sister and the mother covered it up. This is Jaguar Wright's niece, Jasmine. What else, Sasha?
Sign Pisces. Jimmy Wallace net worth and salary. Jimmy Wallace is a reality star who has a net worth of $50,000. Jimmy Wallace was born in February 26, 1993. Replacement bad girl on the 15th season of Bad Girls Club who earned the nickname of the Queen of Twerkville like her sister Jasmine. Jimmy Wallace is a member of Reality Star. Money back Jimmy Wallace net worth $50,000 updated at 15th March 20.
So her name is Jamie. This is Jamie. This is Jamie Wallace named after her father. I guess the other one is Jasmine. I get confused. But this is Jamie Wallace. They said her net worth is $50,000.
19. About. Replacement bad girl on the 15th season of Bad Girls Club who earned the nickname of the Queen of Twerkville like her sister Jasmine, before fame. She first appeared on Bad Girls Club on the 4th episode of the 15th season. Trivia. She has earned over 120,000 followers to her Jmiso Instagram account. Family life. She was joined by her sister Jasmine Wallace on Bad Girls Club. Their parents are Laochelle and James Wallace, associated with. She befriended Asia Jude while on Bad Girls Club. Jimmy Wallace. Advertisement. You smell like onions, ya dumb ho. Jimmy Wallace F. Queen of Twerkville Amy before JP Gap here in Sessons 15. Jimmy Wallace, also known as the Queen of Twerkville, is a replacement bad girl on season 15. Jimmy currently 23 years old and she resides in Miami, Florida. History. Bad Girls episodes Episode 4 Episode 5 to 6 Episode 7 to 8 Episode 9 Episode 10 Amy Jimmy replaced Victoria in Episode 4. Jimmy made it to the end of the show. Fights. Opponents episode. Amber. Asia. Olivia. Christina. No room for THOT.S Amber.
Listen to all those
Asia.
people she fought.
Recipe for disaster Christina. Angela.
Yep.
Recipe for disaster Allison. Melissa. Og overthrow Christina. Amber. Asia. Og overthrow Christina. Angela. Season 15, Reunion Part 1 Season 15, Reunion Part 3. Gallery. Trivia. She and her sister Jez both work at the same strip club as strippers. She is 16 months older than Jez. She admits that she can't fight, however, she will fight if need be. Thank you very much. Go to W.
So y'all heard that. Not only was Jaguar's sister allegedly on drugs, stripping, getting pimped out by Jamie Wallace, the man that allegedly molested her, but her two daughters grow up to be strippers too. And they're on Bad Girls Club fighting women. So that was Jamie. Let's check Jasmine out. Yup.
Planet of the Fakes Hollywood. And Pigstar HH News. Jasmine Wallace. Reality star. Number 29,941. Most popular. Boost. Birthday. July 6, 1994. Age 26. Birthplace. Philadelphia, Pa. About. Replacement bad girl on the 15th season of Bad Girls Club who earned the nickname of the Queen of Twerkville, before fame. She first appeared on Bad Girls Club on the 4th episode of the 15th season.
Hey, Jess.
Trivia. She has earned more than 50,000 followers to her Thehan Jaws Underbar Instagram account. Family life. She was joined by her sister Jimmy Wallace on Bad Girls Club. Her parents are Laochelle and James Wallace. She is a devout Christian, associated with. She and me replaced Victoria Hepperl on Bad Girls Club after Victoria and her sister Amanda replaced Jessica and Annalisa Giordano. Jasmine Jez Wallace. I'm not a *teach, Jasmine Jez Wallace F Queen of Twerkville Yasmin Wallace. JP Gap here in Sessence 15. Jasmine Jez Wallace, also known as the Queen of Twerkville, is a replacement bad girl on season 15. Jez is currently 22 years old and she resides in Miami, Florida. History. Bad Girls Episode 4, Episode 5, Episode 6 to 8, Episode 9, Episode 10. Jasmine. Jasmine replaced Victoria in Episode 4. Jasmine made it to the end of the show. Fights. Opponents episode: Amber, Asia, Olivia, Christina. No room for THOT.S. Amber, Asia. Recipe for disaster Christina, Angela. Recipe for disaster Allison. Birthday blowout Allison, Melissa. Og overthrow Christina, Amber, Asia. Og overthrow Christina, Angela. Season 15, Reunion Part 3. Gallery. Trivia. She is 16 months younger than me. She and her sister both work at the same strip club as strippers. She is the better fighter out of her and her sister. Thank you very, very, very much.
So
Go
that's
to
what that sums her up. She used to work in Wendy's, became a stripper. I don't know how she got on Bad Girls Club, but they were on Bad Girls Club episode 15. Remember, your boy DJ Kid was trying to get Miss Hershey on Bad Girls season 16. So he was watching Jaguar Wright's Neices and pulling his scam off at the same time that Bad Girls episode 15 was coming on. It's ironic how they was on Bad Girls, but if y'all listen to the video I put up with Jaguar talking to her sister, she mentioned Bad Girls. You see that? She mentioned it, and that's where people are making a lot of mistake with the Jaguar videos, and I told y'all this already. They're just watching them, only worried about the celebrity she talking about. They not really doing no research on it, but I listen and then I go look for receipts, and I found a receipt. She was talking about Bad Girls Club, and believe it or not, I think the father may have did an appearance on Bad Girls, because she said, Jamie Wallace, you got your 15 minutes of fame on Bad Girls Club and try to throw me under the bus. She wasn't talking about her niece. She may have been talking about her niece's father, Jamie Wallace. So anybody that watched Bad Girls Club, if y'all watch episode 15, you will see probably her father come on the show and try to dog Jaguar. 15 minutes of fame, she said. But how ironic is it that her sister raised two strippers and her sister used to strip? So it's a cycle now. I don't think they got any kids though. Yeah, I don't think they got any kids. That's crazy. And I already showed you the nephew. The nephew wasn't raised by the mother. The mother actually sent the kids off to go live with the father, Gary Ratcliffe. She didn't want to send her nephew allegedly to go live with Jaguar and her mother because Jaguar claims the sister didn't want her son raised right. Yup, she didn't want him raised. Hey, Miss Don Diva, welcome, Queen. Thank you. Yup, and basically she didn't want her son raised correctly and properly, so she gave him to the father, Gary Ratcliffe. And she said she didn't like the way Gary Ratcliffe looked at her either. What else we got here? I think this was the phone call. No, that was him. We saw that already. Alright, we saw that. Yeah, they were on Bad Girls Club. Bad Girls Club is I don't know. I don't know how they got that connect, but DJ Kid was trying to get Miss Hershey on there so he could lure more black girls to him and give them AIDS and HIV. Be careful watching.
All right, so everybody's talking about it. I might as well too.
So we saw her family. We're gonna start getting into some opinions on Jaguar Wright and Tasha K. This dude has something to say. Just give me a quick second. Word, dude has something to say. And that Tasha K and Jaguar, Tasha K could have used that opportunity to force Jaguar to provide some receipts. She could have forced Jaguar to start getting into proof of things. She could have went back into Jaguar's, history. Why simply touch on all the things that Storm Monroe already got her to say, and then you try to rebut it and interrogate her? That's what made that interview pretty corny to me. So we're gonna listen to what dude had to say about the Tasha K while we just look at this video. We're gonna look at the video, not listen to it.
To admit that they've been running around making
on Jaguar. We're gonna check that video out later, but we're gonna listen to what dude had to say about the Tasha K joint, and y'all can put it in the chat how y'all felt about it.
I just finished, I don't know, an hour and some change of the exchange. That was not an interview. That was an exchange. That was an interrogation. That was a probe. That was an attempt to trigger. That was a wannabe handler trying to show her bosses that she is ready to go to the next level. That was a horrible interview, and I'm glad that mainly the women.
I got it at the website. Curse it out.
People's true intentions when it comes to this blogging thing on YouTube and whatever the case may be. Listen, Tasha K opened that door many moons ago. She already agreed to do whatever it takes to be rich and successful, famous. She's gone. Now people are just now catching up to her intentions and seeing her for how she truly is as an individual. Corrupt, dishonest, disingenuous, whatever term you want to use. As far as Jag, I think it was a bad move on Jag's part. What you want to do is you want to go on platforms that are sympathetic to your plight, that will allow you to speak, that will not interrupt you and not try to throw jabs at you and probe and bring up things and steer the conversation where it need not go. From what I could gather, Storm pretty much let Jag talk and spill her guts. Tasha K, on the other hand, was very disingenuous. She kept asking about her location, which is very dangerous for Jag.
And I want to pause it. How many of y'all noticed Tasha K was asking a lot of incriminating questions, and I didn't like that about Tasha K. Let me give you an example. When Jaguar Wright started talking about Clyde Davis and Whitney and the drug dealer, they all had the same drug dealer, Tasha K had the audacity to ask her the name of the drug dealer. I felt that was very unprofessional. I knew that was she's just trying to play Jaguar for being stupid. Yeah. She's like, what's the name of the drug dealer? Jaguar's like, I don't know his name. Like, fuck you mean what's the name of the drug dealer? That's on the internet. I shared the drug dealer. I shared it. It's on my Instagram. Go to Planet of Fake. Go to Planet of _ the Fake. Scroll down probably like late last year. Their drug dealer came out. I showed his Facebook. I exposed his Facebook. I ain't do no live or no shit on it. Right after Nick died, I showed Nick's drug dealer. It wasn't even a white dude. He like Mexican. I forgot the dude's name. It's a Mexican dude. They had a Mexican drug dealer. Yup. Yeah, that's it right there. Thank you, KJ. I showed the Mexican drug dealer dude. But Tasha K was asking them where they went. Oh, when the husband came from checking somebody in the hallway. That's a gun in your hand? No, it was his cell phone. It's just, and I didn't like the way Jaguar kept picking to her husband. Where's your fucking husband so people could pick at him? Yeah, you remember that Spanish dude, Keegan, Mexican, dirty, tatted up dude?
Obviously Tasha was told to take this interview From my understanding that Tasha and Storm are no longer cool. I believe at one point Tasha K was mentoring Storm. Now you would have to ask yourself, why would Tasha K come behind Storm to do a second follow-up interview when pretty much everything was already laid out by Storm? I mean, it is what it is. You can call it grimy, backstabbing, whatever the case may be. And then, you know, Tasha K, being a survivor of sexual abuse, tried to trigger Jag and use Jag's trauma against her in the interview. That's what handlers do as well too. They use your traumas, they trigger you and use your traumas against you and to get you to act accordingly. But Jag, being an expert, and Jag is nobody's punk, she deflected beautifully, masterfully, and kept it moving. I would say if Jag is going to get on these bloggers, these big time platform bloggers, you better find somebody that's sympathetic to your plight, like a Storm Mason or somebody else.
And I want to pause it. I don't think Storm was sympathetic. Storm looked more like he was just happy he was catching the exclusive. He getting hundreds of thousands of views. You know what I mean? I just think he was more just captivated about how good it was doing, and you know what I mean, and all the stuff she had to say. As far as him being sympathetic to it, I don't know. I don't see him digging and delving into what she said to bring people the additional stuff to either solidify it or give it credit. Storm's not doing no leg work after she's on. You understand what I'm saying? He just letting her say what she say, putting the title, getting the views. You know what I mean? I think he's more starstruck than sympathetic to her cause. Because when you're sympathetic to the cause, you kind of try to bring the evildoers to light. You know what I'm saying? You would kind of dig deeper. You would sit there. She said some shit about Clive. Didn't y'all notice after she did that shit with Clive, I went and started finding articles of Clive admitting that he's bisexual and all that stuff, and looking at all the artists Clive worked with. That's what you do when you sympathetic to a cause. You sit there and you since you believe in that person, you do your research. And when you do your research, you should get those receipts. You feel what I'm saying? So I brought up that part with Clive right now because, listen, when she was talking about Chris Brown on Tasha K, she was implying that something happened at the Clive Davis party. That's where they was coming from. She even said Clive was, I guess, grabbing and feeling everybody up. Who's to say Clive probably tried to fill Chris Brown up? Remember, Clive goes both ways, so he got all these heterosexual black stars in his house. You don't think he might want to show off for his bisexual old white friends? Like, I could screw any man or woman in this party and start going around filling people up, acting drunk, acting stupid. He like 70. Chris Brown wasn't feeling that. Clive's running around grabbing people's crotches. Clive grabbed his crotch. He's out of there. Come on, Rihanna. No, I want to stay. I said, come on. No, I want to stay. But not only that, Jaguar was implying a little bit like somebody was trying to run the car off. She said the PCH is high. So I'm thinking that's some type of cliff that leads up to Clyde's house, and they was on it, and maybe Rihanna was trying to run the car off the road or whatever. But not only that, she said it was people in the car. Where the witnesses at? Not only that, I posted a video of Chris before what happened with him and Rihanna, and he was like at the gas station, and why it looked like undercover police was like guarding him at the gas station. They wasn't in his car, but they got out their car. And they was making sure nobody approached them. Not that people was approaching them. It was just one person. Oh, the Pacific, thank you. Pacific Coast Highway. All right, thank you. But he looked like he had some secret service with him. Maybe it was private security from Clyde's party or whatever, but he had some professional security with him that night, right before Rihanna got assaulted. So I'm going to finish letting dude talk about the Tasha K.
The interview was, like I said, that was not an interview. That was an interrogation. I felt bad for Jag watching it. Tasha K had the look of disinterest, like she was just told to do this.
No, Tasha K didn't look like she was disinterest. Tasha K was trying to look at her like she was stupid. How many of y'all witnessed that? Tasha K was looking at Jaguar that whole interview like she was stupid. And you know why? Probably because I didn't know her and Storm Monroe fell out. So she's trying to discredit all of Storm's videos by discrediting Jaguar, but acting like she was sympathetic, like after she saw Jaguar wasn't having it. But she was looking at Jaguar like Jaguar was stupid. And that's the first thing I saw when I looked at the video, like, why the fuck is Tasha like grilling her? Looking at her like she's stupid. Everything she got to say, she wanna come in and try to, like, I was just disgusted. Like, I don't watch Tasha like that anyway, because she act too immature for me. And I think she's cooning. Personally, she looked like she was cooning all the videos I see her in, getting drunk with the wine glass, acting stupid, whatever. I looked at it as cooning. Why you gotta be so exploit filmy? Why you gotta be shucking and jiving? I understand you wanna be the next best thing, but you are pretty successful already. You don't really gotta, sell out to be more successful. Yeah, she was trying to debunk her.
Care about Jag or what her situation is, current or past. She doesn't care about trying to reveal the industry for what it is, because Tasha K is a part of that said industry that Jag is trying to expose. So there's a conflict of interest. And guess what? Her interests lie with the powers that be, or her bosses, whatever the case may be. So Tasha K is not a genuine person.
I don't know what bosses Tasha K got.
And I'd be leery of anybody moving forward that would take an interview with Tasha K.
Yeah, Chris Brown may have been set up.
She's a big platform. It's going to get you views and exposure, but at what cost? Now, and
don't
then,
juice me.
And you see how easy it is to kind of get at people like Jag, like
all right,
they're willing to come to these platforms.
See you later, Queen.
To talk. They ain't got to do much of nothing because you come to them. So they really wanted to get her. It could easily be done because, like I said, she's somewhat pandering to the bigger platforms. I remember at one point she expressed she wanted to be on Lovely T's platform. I don't see that happening because Lovely T also is in cahoots with her bosses, and she's gonna do what's
these bosses?
For her interest staying cool with celebrities. So it wouldn't be in T's best interest to bring on somebody that's trying to expose people she worked with. She's now cool with, that she worked years to be cool with. So I don't know. I would tell Jag, look for mid-level platforms that are sympathetic to her plight and don't have a conflict of interest, and that
conflict of interest.
Hear her story, So that was terrible on Tasha K. But it's Tasha K. You guys shouldn't be surprised at this point, But that's my take, my opinion, my rant. Y'all
and it's funny because Lovely T.I. and Tasha K both came on YouTube trying to be the real, because the mainstream was the fake, y'all. You know what I mean? And now that they've been successful at acting real, they're flipping and selling out to the powers that be. I guess that's who the bosses was. But I think he used a good term that sums up the Tasha K and Jaguar: conflict of interest. Tasha K has no interest, like he said, of exposing the industry. So that's conflicting with her agenda, with her interests. But Tasha K could have simply been asking for receipts. Don't y'all notice nobody's asking Jaguar for receipts? Ask Jaguar for receipts. Ask Jaguar about certain things that she should have been around and been accustomed to. She could have simply got into what Jaguar really, her knowledge is based on. The Philadelphia industry scene. She could have got her to lay a list out of all the Philadelphia artists that she worked with. How many had good experiences? How many had bad? Do you want to tell us about some of those? And this would have led into a whole nother world. But I felt, and I didn't know that her and Storm fell out. I just thought, after I heard that they was kind of associated after the interview, I was just thinking she was getting her on to speak about things she haven't spoke about yet. And that wasn't the case. So I think I got another video of somebody else talking about the Jaguar Wright and Tasha K.
This is Weird Renegade Witches Blog. Hit us up when you want some real motherfucking work done. So of course Freaky Tales is coming back. Maybe Sunday, maybe Monday, but it's coming back, bitch. You know.
Yeah, she was saying that.
People, okay?
Did I?
So Freaky Tales is coming back.
Ella, what up?
In addition to, of
Kitty, what
course,
up?
we have the Southern Gothic magic lessons. Through the 31st, there's still some room. Please, when you text me, give me your name, and then I'll forward you the information as so. Southern Gothic magic, the darker magic. And it's not what you think it is, okay? And it's very interesting with some people, I'll say, you're not ready, but I'll teach you some other shit, because not everybody is ready for that type of energy. So again, this month, October, Southern Gothic magic. Next girl's hairstyle, she literally stole the whole persona. So the person that you see, Tasha K, whole platform that didn't get as many. They went on YouTube, pulled various YouTubers.
Rewind just a little more. I want to get the beginning of when she starts talking about that.
Talking about Tasha K and Jaguar Wright, right? So I looked at it and I found it very interesting. The reason why I found it interesting is because that was straight ritualistic ass bullshit. First of all, you have to understand the pedigree of Tasha K. Tasha K is manufactured ritualistic energies. They went on YouTube, pulled various YouTubers that didn't get as many views or subscribers.
I don't think you can't buy views like that.
Intertwined and transformed herself into this whole platform.
A lot of people talk about buying views. Look, let me explain to y'all. It's in nobody's interest to buy views. You know what I mean? It's not in your best interest to buy subscribers, because YouTube will take your channel. Not only that, when you monetize and you buy views, you don't get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? The only people that will buy views is people that really don't have no subscribers, but that still don't even help you. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean your video's good if you buying views. And what you gonna buy views for? People putting up 10, 20, 30 videos a day. You buying views for one video. To do what? To have a video with views to brag about? You know what I mean? A lot of people say that, and it's not that. Just like with subs, I got a lot of subs, but it don't always equate to a lot of views. Based on you get subs based on topics. You could get subs, like I got subs from Kanika Jenkins, I got subs from Aaliyah Davis, I got subs from Cupcake, I got subs from Jasmine. Now, when I put up videos that's not in those interests of those right there, those people may not be looking at them. You understand? So I don't be thinking they be buying views, you know what I'm saying? Before you buy views, see, what you could do is you could do AdWords. And you may not know what AdWords is, but Google, you could make your own ads, like me. I could put ads on Keejan's channel if I wanted, or anybody who's monetized. I could come up, hey, come to Planet of Fakes if you want this, that. I could put that on people's videos and have people coming to me and subscribing, and I could get views that way, and those are legit views. Now, if y'all accusing him of doing that, that's totally legitimate. You know, you go to websites, my ad will pop up, you understand? That's, you know what I'm saying? That's what you would use, AdWords, but you're not gonna buy no views because you won't get paid for it. So the only reason you would buy views is to brag about it. Like, you know, he don't gotta brag about it. Those are real views just based on, you know, the interest people got in Jaguar. And Storm Moreau will probably have her back on again to trash Tasha K.
Platform from these college girls. She literally stole the girl's hairstyle. She literally stole the whole persona. So the person that you see, Tasha K, is a fake bitch. That's not real, okay? It was stolen, and it is called possession or invoking of energy, or transforming or mounting someone's energy on top of you. I go through it all the time with motherfuckers out there in the universe trying to mount me on top of them, and literally will go in and steal my whole concept to become me. Okay? So you gotta be careful of hoes like Tasha K. Because Tasha K, there are many bitches out there like that. Your friends, your mama, your auntie, whosoever, a nigga, a gay boy, they'll just transform themselves into you to be you, and then steal from you, which is unbeknownst. Okay? Now, when Tasha K, when Tasha K first came out, I was ignorant to the fact I was into her. But then as I started to see she's on bullshit, and then she bounced off for a minute because they had to put her under ritual. And then next thing you know, the lower level, I'm saying it, the lower level Illuminatis, because I'm being, layman, tried to push her out there. Then you start to notice her name everywhere. She's in social media. She's just everywhere. But that's because she's under ritual. Okay? Jaguar Wright been under ritual since she was a child, since she was sexually assaulted, molested, verbally, physically, mentally abused. That's ritualistic right there, okay? Then it's nothing to get into the industry and then be under ritual, because you're already under ritual, okay? Tasha K was already under ritual because she was already molested, sexually assaulted, so she's already under ritual. So we got two women, Jaguar Wright, Tasha K, who are both under trauma and ritualistic energies. But then let alone being pushed out there to show the ritualistic energies and the dysfunction of the Black woman on both sides. Tasha K is dysfunctional, and so is Jaguar Wright. If you notice, it is the uprise of the dysfunctional nigga, let alone the dysfunctional Black woman, which shows America there's no use for you because you're dysfunctional and you're under ritual. So then you have Tasha K being compliant, complacent. You have Jaguar Wright under ritual telling her story. But then you got Tasha K kind of discounting her and being nonchalant and aloof about what she's saying. And then trying to play the role of psychologist, like this bitch is bipolar crazy, so I'm going to talk to her like she's a monkey in a cage. Okay?
I agree.
But Tasha K looks stupid because she's the monkey in the cage who also need to be locked up in it because she's a crazy bitch. So in reality, you got two crazy bitches, in layman's terms, talking to each other, except one is fake and one is real. But in reality, all that was just ritualistic energies. Okay? So then when we're hearing the story of Jaguar Wright, it makes a lot of sense. And it makes a lot of sense on why she's compliant, complacent, and she has to receive some kind of redemption and redeem. But at the same time, under the 7 sins, if we go back, she's forgiven. Because she was put under ritual and she didn't know better but to continuously be under ritual. See, people don't understand. It's called the Stockholm Syndrome. Because people be like, oh, well, she deserved it because she knew all of this. That's correct. Because then it falls in the same lines as someone getting molested than molesting children. At some point, you know where wrong and right is. So someone like Jaguar Wright is great to use because she's already damaged. Well, then people not peeping, so is Tasha K. But those two Black women really are the epitome of Black women that get with Black men who are already who's already been harmed, traumatized, and then black men say, I don't want to fuck with black women. But then when you see the pedigree of the back endings of these stories, then it makes sense. This is why in the black community, the black man have to understand the black woman, because we go through trauma and be under ritual. And then it fucks with our head. Then we end up being sociopaths and psychopaths. We end up being angry, disruptive, tearing up shit, fucking up our sons, fucking up our daughters. I'm just talking about the black woman. That's the epitome. So when you look at, so when you sit there and you listen to both of them, understand that's you. You are them.
Dropping it, right?
You, and I am you, and you are them. But because we're complacent and we're looking for laughter and entertainment, we're not realizing that's the day in the life of a black woman. But then you get fake bitches like Tasha K that's trying to pretend she's the reporter. But bitch, you understand exactly what Jaguar Wright is talking about, bitch, because you were molested and harmed, and you understand the psychology of it and the psychosis. That's why you a ritual, bitch. So we need to stop fucking playing and see life for what the fuck it is. Because it's great to look at black women as giggles and laughs and laughter. But let's really look at giggles and laughs and laughter. Because there ain't shit funny about that whole interview.
Nothing
it's
was
serious
funny.
And it's real. Black women's vaginas are fucked up, and we are mentally fucked up. And the white world is putting it out there. So we need to stop playing with this whole, well, she did, she that, she this. Jaguar Wright is telling the truth about motherfuckers, because you see what they saying about Mary J. Blige. The bitch is coming on out saying she gay. And who really gives a fuck? She should have been on out. But again, Jaguar Wright had to repent. Because she's under a law. And when you're under that law, you got to follow the law. See, people don't understand, when you're born in Christ and of Christ and you plead the blood, you're under that law. Unless you break from that law. But because she was raised under the law, then she has the right to come back and ask for repentance and forgiveness and receive it.
So Tasha K said she couldn't handle her. She cursed me out.
Talking religion.
Fuck you, mean she
But
couldn't handle
like
you.
Tasha K would never get that repentance and come back because she's not under the law. She's under a different law. Okay? And Tasha K is the way of the world when I say Aquarius, because Aquarius energy act just like her, but be wrong as a motherfucker. Be on bullshit like a motherfucker. Be doing shit like a motherfucker. But then sit up and play games like you're stupid, you're dumb, you're compliant, you're complacent, or you're crazy, you got psychosis, there's something wrong with you. You are naive, you are the mark of Cain, you're this, you're that, you this, you're not, but bitch, is you all along. But because we're stupid, we go along with the shit. But Tasha K is the face of the energies of Aquarius. But Jaguar Wright is the energies of spirit.
Look at all these looks Tasha's giving her. We won't get no sympathetic look.
That came up. I was talking to someone during the lesson, and they were telling me about how in New York, the Asian people have bought up the property, especially in Washington Heights. And that is part of the reason why the Dominicans are being pushed into Harlem. And they're not renting to blacks, neither the Latino people. And basically New York has changed. And you know, something hit me. It is dangerous to have them energies, well, America, because of course we know America is in debt. But in reality, America has put us under the ritual of the Asian community and the Asian people. It is dangerous because on the simple fact, in their country, they believe that black people basically pushed in the energies of COVID or coronas. And you see in Asia, they're not renting, and they're also kicking black people out of hotels.
Yep, that's
so
true. And
if now
wait, I want to pause this. I want to pause this. Just to differentiate the difference between black people and Africans, because they're violating Africans. Now, any U.S. citizen that's black over there getting mistreated, they need to start talking about it. But we can find the Africans being abused. You understand what I'm saying? Yep, I'll check the photos, Queen. But we have to differentiate between Africans and Americans. She's talking about Africans in China. And this is why I side-eye these fake pro-blacks. You can't throw all black people in one pot. Because if the U.S. agreed to give black people $500 billion, and then they send that shit to Africa, like here, we just sent it to black people in Africa. Motherfuckers gonna be looking mad. So we gotta stop acting like just because you're not white, you automatically a black American. And that comes with us losing our identity. People don't even identify as black Americans. Cause you got your favorite celebrity telling you are African American. I don't know if y'all saw the video that I did of her name is, I think, Ada. I can't pronounce her last name, Hyen. She's a director. She directed a whole bunch of indie films. She worked with the Sundance Film Festival. Under her bio, it says Ada Huaying, whatever her last name is, an American film director. When you get down to the dynamics of her work, they say she do African American films. So you gotta ask yourself, what's the difference between Ada and the people she's talking about? And once we find out that difference, you'll be able to determine if you are an American or African American. Because Ada's listed as an American. But then when you look at her works, they say she does African American, this, that, and the third. Look at a lot of your stars. They will say they're American. And then they will say they make African American music. So it's two types of different black people just on Wikipedia. There's American blacks, then there's African American blacks. Then you would just have foreign immigrated blacks from other countries. But it's important we differentiate. You got Ice Cube right now trying to get $500 billion from the Trump administration. If they say that's for African Americans, guess what? They don't got to give a dime to a black American. They could give it to all the Africans they just made U.S. citizens. They could bring a whole new group of Africans here just to give them the $500 billion that Ice Cube's negotiating for black Americans. But due to the fact that we're being stripped of our identity as being Americans, and you know what goes with that? Your rights. There's no African American Bill of Rights or African American Constitution. Then you wonder why people get deprived their rights. Because we're not claiming to be Americans. We claiming to be half American and half foreigner. You should at least get half your rights, right? They probably giving you half your rights. Half your rights is your rights to life. You get stripped of the rest. Because half of you are not American. You understand? That's why people need to wake up. But she's trying to throw all these black people in the same pot. Don't throw us all in the same pot. Because there's Africans in Africa killing each other all day. There's the army killing, gunning people down. Nobody's batting an eye to it. So you're not going to sit here and sell me everything that black is good and all that. Because there's good people black, there's good people white, bad people black, bad people white. So to sit here, you know what I mean, and just throw out these, hey, what up, double? Just throw out these generic terms, you know what I mean? It's confusing. Because right now she's talking about Africans in China. But she just made them black Americans. Once she say black, Once you say black, you're talking about Americans. Because the white people in Africa and the black people in Africa, they're not sitting there saying black meaning black Americans. When they say black, they talking about black Africans. When you in China and you talking about a black person, you talking about African. 9 out of 10 of the times. And that's why I'm like, you gotta watch these fake pro-blacks. Don't get under this we all African umbrellas. They are executing Africans every day. Genociding Africans every day. You as an American on America, you got a right to oppose that United States bullshit, that international bullshit they bring in.
Pushed in the energies of COVID or coronas. And you see in Asia, they're not renting and they're also kicking black people out of hotels. So if now it's uprooted itself and now we're finding out that more and more properties are owned by the Chinese community and they're already racist towards us and they're coming from a demographic of not having understanding of culture, then we're ass out. But that's the time that we have to come in and do our own spell work because we fucked up as it is by selling our shit and then now people bought it and then they'll sit up and make decisions. There was something that was going on. I was recently talking to my friend and she was telling me how she thought she found housing. And when she thought, and this is Orange County again, when she thought she found housing, it was the person is in China and they decided to rent to her. However, now I want you to peep game for a moment. They're asking for a deposit of $10,000. Then in addition to, they're asking her to pay the last 6 months of rent, which will come up to a total of maybe $21,000. Then start paying rent for the next 6 months. See, people sit around and believe that the Asian community aren't shady, but they're shiesty as a motherfucker. Okay? Shady. Watch your coins and watch your housing. So I told her, because my pedigree is dealing with housing at one time and activism in housing, that's my pedigree. I told her to contact some organizations, and at first it was a little difficult. Then when she spoke to the organization or the county, they said, that sound a little janky, that's shady. But remember, these are people in Asia buying up properties here and then hiking them up and looking at your pictures and shit and think they can get over on you. So we have to look at things for what it is. If in their culture in Asia, they're booting out black people, then what the fuck would they do to you here in America? See, that's the downfall of San Francisco.
And I'm agree. I think they're mistreating black Americans there too.
Asian people have always had property in San Francisco.
But black Americans ain't as desperate as the Africans there. So they know the difference.
Of Asians that's coming straight out of China buying property and then pushing their culture and then dictating who can live in their property. See, that's why you guys in New York, you peep game that those apartments
address that loan stuff too, Double.
They remain vacant because they not renting to you. They not renting to blacks. They not renting to Latinos. Straight up. And that's across the board from New York to California, now to Florida, across the board. They're just trying to cater to white people and Asians. And when I mean Asians, that also includes the East Indians. They ain't fucking with you Latins. They ain't fucking with us niggas. Okay? And that's basically ritual all by itself. Now, the bottom line is that now there's an election. That's why I said, but what's your tangibles? Why aren't more people talking about the culture bias going on What Asia buying up everything
Yeah,
and
it's
then
not
turning
buffering for
around
me,
being
double.
discriminatory and then bringing in their beliefs from China or whatsoever about us, and then sit up and buy property in America, and we are Americans, and then say, I'm not going to rent to you because you may have COVID, coronas, or whatever, or we just don't like you, monkey ass, because we consider you as monkeys, subpar, subordinate, or insubordinate, whatever you want to call it, and you just who you are culturally, because we don't like you niggas. But meanwhile, we're just going to keep pulling the carpet underneath, or the rug from underneath your feet, because you ain't going to say nothing, because you're going to be compliant, complacent as you are, because you're dysfunctional. Take your dysfunctions and turn them into wealth and prosperity and money. Take your dysfunctions and don't sit in them, because that's a spell and a curse within itself. When you sit in your dysfunctions constantly and don't break out of it, then it's easy for you to basically to dwindle, to fizzle out, to become mentally blocked, to become upset, depression, and sad. That's all ritual. That's all curses. Those are all spells, and we're under them. But at the same time, we sit up and let the energies of Aquarius put us under those rituals and spells and curses. But the bottom line is that everybody don't need to see who we are. We just need to work within our energies and vibrations. This is Weird Renegade Witches blog. Hit us up when you want some real motherfucking work done. This is Weird Renegade Witches blog.
Good. Yeah, my fucking mouse disappeared. I can't even see this shit, but at least I got her to stop. Yeah, a lot of that stuff she was saying is true, but you also gotta look at it like this. I've been told people foreigners kind of mess with foreigners. They don't mess with Americans. You know what I mean? And we could accredit it to how we act, but not only that. Think about it. If you're gonna jerk somebody, why would you want to jerk an American? You know what I mean? So a lot of that goes to that too. They don't want to rip off an American on America like that. So when they not fucking with us, they might be saving us problems. You know how many foreigners I damn near got ripped off by? But give me a second to try to get this together. Oh, my mouse finally came back. Word, you know how many foreigners I got ripped off by? Please, man. Should be a game. It's like either they rip you off or you gotta rip them off, and it's just part of the game. But us being the Americans and them being on America, we supposed to have the home court advantage automatically. Word. Let's get into this Jaguar interview. I think this just came out a couple of days ago. I never seen it. That's the one with her on the radio or whatever the case may be. Yeah.
To admit that they've been running around making money and getting money with a bunch of sexual harassing fraud ass niggas. Who wants to admit that?
So, oh yeah, and look, we can also, due to what Jaguar admitted in that video with her sister, we can accredit her anger with sexual assaulters to her being sexually assaulted when she was a child. That's why she's so passionate now. Because she was assaulted as a child. She knows how it feels, just like she said. This is why she sympathized with Aaliyah. Because she knows how it feels to have older guys looking at you in that way with no one to go to. So by her doing this right now, you kind of keeping your kids away from Diddy. Don't you know I looked up that charter school he's running? Yeah, I looked up to the preparatory, I forgot the name of it. The charter preparatory school. Yeah, I looked into that. Because these pedophiles, first thing they do is go try to get jobs around kids. He opened up a junior high school. I think it goes from 6th grade to 9th grade. So you gotta side-eye that.
Nobody wants to admit that. I didn't want to admit it. Almost drank myself to death trying to forget it.
Look, Oprah opened a black school. And also, when she say ritualistic, we could take that as the practice, how they practice doing business with us or not doing business with us, you know? Because it's known that these celebrities can't do anything for black Americans. This is why Oprah was quick to open up an African school
And then you see that those African girls had sexual assault charges against them, trafficking, pimping. Yeah, think about that. So that's why we gotta look at that. Whatever happened to those charges on at Oprah School? Is Oprah School still open, or has it been closed finally for good? I don't hear much talk of it.
Your lies is too heavy for me to hold. So anybody that's got some lies that you've been running on, that's fine. You can run on it. That don't mean I gotta run on it.
Oh wow, I don't remember, Nathan.
What you eat don't make me.
Shh. Where that button at?
And if you don't want diarrhea, stop eating bad food. You don't want to run around with your stomach all messed up? I don't know, eat a vegetable or something. Get it together. I'm doing what I'm doing. Somebody asked me, Jag, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this way? Why are you doing it like that? Because it has to be done.
Somebody gotta speak on it.
When did we get so soft that we're afraid to tell the truth? My aunties and them always used to say, call a spade a spade. What I'm gonna do, call it a club to make it feel better?
Play them cards, Jag.
You got what you got in your hand. You play it. You deal it. It gets dealt to you. You play the hand, but you play it honest. I guarantee you, if you go smart from day one. See, I'm getting passionate up in here. If you go smart from day one, you'll realize that the truth is your only real friend. Why y'all niggas wanna lie? Why y'all roots niggas keep sending people to talk to me, asking me how much money it's gonna take to shut me up? You ain't got enough money. Trust me, my price is way too high. I do not intend to cut it.
Keezy, you shared something somewhere?
You used people. Honey, pull up the pictures. Pull up the picture. I'ma show y'all niggas why I'm doing what I'm doing. See, I keep telling people I've been putting money in these streets for years. Y'all thought I was doing nothing. Y'all thought I was just kicking it, huh? Like I always say about G, you ain't supposed to see it till it's meant for you to see. This right here, you look at that? I want y'all to look at that right there. You see that? The Philadelphia skyline is in the background and I'm holding something in my hand. It is a Grammy Award. It is a Heroes Award and it is addressed to Malik B. It was presented in 2004 and he never saw it, not once, while he was living.
She does have the right name.
He never saw it. He never saw this. I'm holding his award for him in the streets of Philadelphia. How did I get it? How did I get it? It was supposed to be given to him. I know other people got theirs. His bandmates. You want to ask me about why I wasn't at the funeral? Because I'm digging up all your dirt, nigga. They threw dirt on my brother. I'm digging up dirt. I'm digging up the roots. Why do I got Malik's award? You ask me why I wasn't at the funeral? Ask me why I got Malik's award. That was presented by the Narish chapter of the Grammy office. Why do I got it? You want to ask me why I wasn't at the funeral? Why didn't you take that award out the box that it sat in for 16 years? Like a piece of trash. It's a Grammy award. The Heroes Award. Look at this. You look at this. You see the Philly, you look at that. You look at that. Pass it around. Why I wasn't at the funeral? Why wasn't that award at the funeral?
Absolutely.
Why wasn't that award given to his mother at the funeral? Keep talking, Dice. Keep talking. Keep calling me a liar. Talk heavy, nigga. Why do I got Malik B's Grammy Hero Award from the Philadelphia chapter and ain't nobody know it exists? I got people
we gotta
everywhere.
Look into that Malik B death.
Digging up all your shit.
Remember that Roots died. Roots dude just died.
Don't call me now, Ingrid. Call them since they asking you to call me and tell me to stop, Ingrid. What y'all done for you, Ingrid?
I never seen this.
How many free shows did I do for you, Ingrid, helping you promote your brand? Don't be mad at me because you didn't know Reek was fucking me either. Like he was fucking you. You want a call? Pull out. I ain't playing games with y'all niggas. I should not have Malik B's award, but I do. And it is evidence of how malicious and nasty you are. You won't even give him his props in death. That's all right. There's a lot of people working together. See, this is what I love about this moment. Y'all niggas have messed over so many people, you forgot how many people you messed over. But they remember me.
I'm gonna look for
See, they come talk to me. I've been talking to a lot of people. Whole lot of people remember a whole lot of things. Shout out to my boy Joey Zaza. No, it wasn't you that tossed up Jill's house. Joey Zaza didn't rob Jill, maybe of her dignity. But that's the only thing he might have robbed of. It was the other niggas that she was fucking. I promised Joey I would address that. Because people calling him, damn, you robbed Jill and got her kicked out of Hollywood. No, that part wasn't Joey. Love you, Zaza. That part was the other niggas, you know, the other boyfriends that she hired and came on to sleep with. And somebody said to me, wait, no, this is so funny though. Right? Somebody said to me, Jill gonna kill you. Ooh, Jill gonna kill you. I wish a bitch would. You in Tennessee, I gotta roll through Tennessee on my way back. I can pull up to your house. Ask Inga Marchand what it's like when I pull up. Ask Inga Marchand what it's like if she can hear you with her deaf ass.
Yeah, that's Foxy. But look, I found Malik B. Let's see what she was talking about. This is the Roots member that had just passed away. She was bringing him up.
So, we got some breaking news, some sad news to report. Co-founding member of the legendary Roots crew, Malik B, dead at 47 years old. We don't have any details this time as to exactly what happened, but Black Thought put a post up on his Instagram reacting to this situation. I wanted to share with you. Before I do, if you haven't already followed me on Instagram, at Hip Hop Classics Daily, all one word, please take a second to do so. So Black Thought put this picture up. It says, we made a name and carved a lane together where there was none.
This was recent,
We
y'all.
resurrected a city from the ashes, put it on our backs, and called it Philadelphia. In friendly competition with you from day one. I always felt as if I possessed only a mere fraction of your true gift and potential. Your steel sharpened my steel as I watched you create cadences from the ether and set them free into the universe to become poetic law, making the English language your bitch. I always wanted to change you, to somehow sophisticate your outlook and make you see that there were far more options than the streets, only to realize that you and the streets were one. And there was no way to separate a man from his true self. My beloved brother and militant, I can only hope to have made you as proud as you made me. The world just lost a real one. May Allah pardon you, forgive your sins, and grant you the highest level of paradise. So, for me, personally, this is a tragic, sad loss. Malik B, a super, super dope lyrical MC. The Roots, when I was probably 15 years old, 15 or 16, dropped Philadelphia, Half-Life. And ever since then, it was no turning back as far as my love and appreciation for the Roots. I've seen them in concert multiple times when they came to my city.
We get it. I put in who killed the Roots. Let me just see something. My only footage of Malik B. Yeah, he just died mysteriously. Oh, Tasha just posted a video. He just did this mysteriously. He died mysteriously.
Malik B just walked in the house. I know you want to talk to him. Introduce him to the camera for me. Malik B.
What's up, Dizzy?
What up, man?
It's Zoe. It's Zoe. What's up, bro?
What up, man?
Malik B, it's too raw for the streets. Video mixtapes, you in the house, baby.
Yo.
Speaking to America right now.
What's going on, man? This is militant, you know what I mean? Unseen hand, you know what I mean? But I'm still there, existing with my presence, you know. I was speaking this shit since my adolescence. That's intimidating with the presence. Niggas get treated like peasants. I'm like, what's going on? Them they lames or what? Is they ashamed of what? Niggas playing games or not? You know, got my people from Minnesota. You talking about it's bottled up, but is it in the soda? Nigga coming with a finna coda. You talking about you got more than a minute odor. Odor lasts about an hour. Niggas get blasted by the shower. I'm like, damn. Niggas was like, is he taking command? Is it all up in his hand? A Miller need about 100 grams of stacks. Niggas commanding facts and shit. Fuck that Michael Jackson shit. Demanded with my nigga Black Thought, demanding action quick. Better tell them cast to split. Matter of fact, Idris tell them cast to sit. Niggas masturbate. Just past the 8, past the clock. Nigga talk about past the Glock. Nigga better pass the box. Your ass watch. Now it's about the voyeurism, my voyeurism.
Alright, so that's Malik B. He died mysteriously. You don't hear him out get shot, nothing. For real. Malik B in the rules, sacrifice. Alright, let's listen to this guy. Let's listen to what he got to say, and then we'll get back to Jaguar joint. My bad. Wait a minute. I fucked that up. My bad. I fucked that up. Alright, that music threw me off. I'm trying to fast forward that.